and they pay in 30% quota. On the panel, we get Mrs. Kadiatu, Allie from the Ministry of Finance. On the far side, who do we see? It is the Energy Minister, Deputy 1, Dr. Eldred Tunde Taylor. So it tells us we can talk about energy. The Alagbade for the energy business like the day before we. So before we go forward, now look at the update of the past week. According to the updates, we president be there amongst the 10 other head of states and government. We go per one meeting in Kenya. They call it the International Development Association. The purpose of that meeting of a World Bank meeting for discuss the way forward on the new trajectory in financing development in Africa. On the 27th, also, the president addressed the nation on Independence Day. He tell the one them, when we go ask the wait man them for free way, he tell them, thank you for taking that bold step for say we one day for ourselves. So the president be address he talk about the challenges what we don't face in the energy sector and the plans we he get. You know, say with a face challenge economically and otherwise, you know, shy away from the reality. But it give hope to the people. For will continue for believer. We also see a press release where we say Dr. Alhaji Kanyasise resign as a minister at the Ministry of Energy. On the 26th, I say after a fruitful discussion with power producers of electricity in the city, government through the Ministry of Finance and the Minister of Energy has paid 70 million. So, car power ship, I say government don't give $70 million through the Ministry of Finance. After boku discussion, boku engagement, we don't see light, don't return. Whether it therefore continue or not, now the purpose with there. And I make them people in this panel. On the 22nd, I say we Minister of Justice, Honorable Mohamed Lamin Toure, Esquire, Bede Morocco, for also look at justice in Africa. We'll deliberate on how far as a nation we don't go in terms of justice. They be with colleagues them for discourse on the matter. On the 24th, same justice business. Sierra Leone joined the Board of Justice Action Coalition as a way of showcasing the country's commitment to promoting access to justice for the citizens. The country had made significant strides in improving its justice system, including the expansion of legal aid services. On the 24th April in Freetown, there was also some seminar on how far citizens they access justice. These are the few updates before we come proper. Mr. Chief Minister, sir. You know the oga bata bata. But here we play by the rules. We are going to schedule 12 minutes to the Chief Minister, 8 minutes to the other ministers for Leona to take we through some of the concerns. The purpose of this press conference, like we don't always state, now for bring journalists face to face with major key players in our economy. We want to narrow the space of rumor, then say, so that when you have access to verifiable information, you have access to relevant and correct information as a journalist, we expect, say, if I put out the correct information. That is why we try, we level best for sustain this press conference. And we know they speak boku English. Now Creole we put them. So that the one that we out with the listen we. Now pitiful, now give madama, they understand what they say. Because not them it affect. The CM sir, the concern from the Ministry of Information we want to address to the people is in the last 2 weeks, what could not happen? The whole city be just dark. Any side where you pass, like we not do not yet from all kind of power, because electricity is a political commodity. It continued to the extent the minister stepped aside. Just as the minister they step aside, we see finance announced they don't pay $70 million to car power ship. And we see light come back. There are a lot of mixed feelings. People that are not able to understand. And there are things where we also need for clear to people. Shut down of car power ship, resignation of the minister, finance response for pay that kind amount. What is happening, sir? If people want to know all this strategy will happen, all this reform that we don't begin to see light. Is it going to be sustainable? Where are we? 12 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, and good afternoon to we fumble them. I want for use, maybe I'm not going to use all 12 minutes, but I want for use this short time for situate me presentation into 3. 1, Usai we day now, the status, the progress up to today. I want to talk about the crisis, and then maybe I will left the Minister of Energy for me to talk about what's how they go into the future, and same with the Deputy Minister of Finance. The first thing where I want to start with is that not to one person get this problem, not to Ministry of Energy problem alone, not to Ministry of Finance problem alone, not to we, the citizen, them problem alone. Now, all man get this problem. That's number 1. There's no reason for me to blame anybody. Plenty man, they work from morning till night for address them problem and they. And if we not get within they expect, that not means that they know they work. It just means they not meet some of we expectation then. And during the last 2 weeks, me down the online, I don't read beaucoup course, I don't receive beaucoup course, I don't receive all kinds of things. Other people then I don't receive all kind course. I just want to tell we fellow citizens then say, we don't hear you now. And that would continue for work hard, for make sure see, then concern then they, and then issue then they, we make una the course or una the hala. We also care about that day. but we'll address them, not just for during the crisis, but that at the end of the day, we'll be able to get within, we don't they say accessible, affordable, renewable, sustainable energy. It's not like now what the number, but that future day, now we all they imagine. The Ministry of Energy don't publish plenty time, usai with it. Today, the available energy in the country, with it today, we get more energy today in the country available when crisis not there. Pass how it been there 2 years ago, pass how it been there 6 years ago, pass how it been there 10 years ago. This includes Freetown. That not mean say we dey deny say challenges not there. The number of subsidy, the amount of money we government, and then maybe the Ministry of Finance go tell we don't put inside energy sector. It plenty pass waiting we don't ever do. Now energy concern with the government, always say Combra governments, and then the 9 governments they put money inside it for we. And we understand, say if it be say something happen, we they forget all that good way been on they happen. And say, this na hell, the place bad. When they talk about network expansion, we don't bring a new cable there, new additional network where they bring redundancy in the system. So if one side poil, you be able to get light still, not to all side for poil. We don't invest, and the minister will talk about that day, Pamboku transformer, then we get for kind, and go tell you the kind of impact. We don't see what we sign projects and where they bring more megawatts inside the system. We get 4 towns there: Moyamba, Pujan, Kailaon, Bonds. We get Kabbalah, Cambia. We government self go see them for get light. Again, they not been get light. We get about 120 community there. We get light. They're not being get light. Many of them not one they get lights not in life. But then get renewable energy, then they able access, then picking them they go school. And we see that the impact by education. Then community, then they how they picking and they do well for quality education, how the health facilities then they do well. Nearly 120 and more get for them. That not means say if blackouts in the area are mentioned, say you get community, then we now they access lights. That means they will not respect you. Both not true. So we government say they don't expand energy access by 2 times. Not to lie. Not to we go talk not to we go talk. Now people then independently go measure. So yes, blackouts day na my area na Wilkinson Road. And yes, lights day na Sinkunya, na Falaba. Both true. Important for me we know say, it's possible for me we say governments don't increase energy access 2 times. It's possible for maybe say governments don't buy meter them, where would they install? It's possible for maybe say we they pay more money still to the energy sector as individuals because we don't pull subsidy, and still governments they pay subsidy back. And how and why? Not just because of the cost of the fuel, who they buy to car power, because cost of energy don't high up all sides. Like you did Germany, governments they pay for energy for subsidized. The problem is we not town like Germany or other places that will get beaucoup extra money. So it means say we as citizens need for also play we own role, and I need for mention this. Because I get some party there where you talk, say, you know, people then the thief cable and how then they affects and they take and say, oh, na so excuse. So to them, me fumble and then party them we know they understand. My explain and simple one. The network where we get a salon today in a Freetown because of how the energy infrastructure there. Even if we can with unlimited amounts of energy, Mote can say Freetown need 100 megawatts for make me we all get energy. If you can't today, you say, yeah, Freetown, they give you 10,000 megawatts. We all know we get light. Why? Because the infrastructure not able to absorb that 10,000 megawatts day. The maximum way they able take limited about 80 megawatts. I want me really understand this. Freetown, with demand for energy. If all my way want light get light, now 100 megawatt. The cable then with it and the transformer then with it. Elect we put as many infinite amounts of energy. Now only 80 megawatts they able to take. That means say even when government don't pay and government they produce energy, some man go still get blackout until we change that infrastructure the way we they do right now. You know, they just grab and you build 1,000 kilometer cable. We don't they see the developments in the eastern, they see the pole and they go up. But even though the other day I see one was cargo bang and back, the trailer. So, you know, they take 1 day for change the network. We don't last for 63 years, actually longer, 80 years. They take years for building pole and they put them cable and they, now that day we don't they do. So where we say they invest in energy, but people they know this here, and then we mean that they change the network and the infrastructure so that at the end of the day, where we can with that 1,000 megawatts, they you be able to take on. Second point I want to make about citizen responsibility. And me, some man there, I talk true. And then say enough, me, my own politics and my own governance, and we too, they do me, I talk. We get plenty church there. Plenty mosque there. And yes, plenty ministry there. Needless for say, plenty of we host them with the thief light. If I talk, I mean see a bad, well a bad. We get plenty church there, plenty mosque there, plenty ministry there, and yes, plenty of we host them we know they pay for light. And yet, now we back the grab and cost the people there with the feds for make them pay for light. Now services where we need. If we take we refrigerator, you go connect on a your ministry or na your clinic for sell yogurt, you know they help you picking there. If you didn't have church or mosque, then the hip collection every Sunday. And people then go say, no, not so can. But me, I believe say we all are good people there. Now we get for fix this country, yeah. That means say that my responsibility for make sure say, hey, Father, you pay your light bill. Not so because Father bad. Not so because Imam bad. But now me and you with responsibility for make sure say that institution them pay. Whole day I ask them minister, they made them pay their light bill. We get plenty hosts them. We put coin. We know them put coin pan the meter for me slow down. If coin then you meter and you host, a big pull on it today. And it's not funny because it means that you affect all man. We all responsible. If you don't go, you go then go give thief meter, you bypass her. Now for go report yourself to ETSA. If you get company, you depend domestic meter instead of the bill where you in a private sector. Now for go report yourself. Because what you want more do as citizens, maybe most of them where we say, Papa government, if anybody thief light, send them 10 years in jail. That means you know where we go before. That's the conversation we can't be having with governments that go on and invest pandey or that's in there. Men we do one. Wait till I say. If anybody thief lights, well, how many years then for go send and go jail? Anybody. Important. Now me and you, we brother them, we sister them, we classmates them, now them back the thief light. On this thing, like 2 areas then they were a year reports. They not get lights since 10 days. We can hear people then say, oh, lights don't cancel, but lights not in the area. Me time they don't, but they thief some of me this minister in time. Because I time myself. 27 seconds. You know, we there, you there na your area. So Spur Road, for example, or Tembeton, some man say, well, lights not there. Because then go thief the cable. That not mean say, oh, mention it means say, oh, this minister, I know look they understand what to say, they blame thief cable and I make lights not there. I tell we all say, even if unlimited light day, energy supply day, we all not able to get light. So we get for do load shedding. If you take Western area, Tego before, from Wilberforce, Tego, because of the transformer we there, it means say light not go do. Same Eastern. But even with that day, even at our Spur Road area there, then go thief cable. Time get town, then thief cable. Waiting that we own responsibility as citizens for make sure say, because when they go thief that cable lay now we get for go buy and back. If they take time for go buy and can with engineer, then for go install that energy and time where we not been get, we not for done they use panande. And they mentioned this for say the reason we make with the pan this crisis, yes, not financial, yes, thing hearts, yes, Ministry of Finance need for pay the amount of $48 million. And they don't pay, we see the press release. And yes, we get other people then, like CI Energy, CLSG from Cote d'Ivoire, we then self been reduced. So the reason, Mr. Minister, we make lights not been there, not because we not been unpaid the debts then. Not so because when people then can say, EDSA, will they pay, but lights not they go. EDSA, they still pay car power every month. EDSA, they still pay them other people than they every month, but the money they do. Because we get plenty more money than where they thief lights and use lights past the money they pay. And yes, EDSA, with the talker, with the look we self, we talker. EDSA self need reform. You get 1,100 people that will work EDSA. We need for look we self now we are and say they all need for day. We need for look we self now we are and say the infrastructure where they work. Not to blame who they blame anybody. But now me and you, we brother in they work now EDSA as contractor then. Now the same one they go bypass and connect energy. You sabi the people then. So if we not talk and look we self now the eye, how this country I go before? So Mr. Minister, yes, now they we there. On one hand, if you take all the different indicators then, plenty indicators don't do well. Access to energy, reduction in better network, renewable energy increase, all we don't go better. Yes, we invest for change the network. But the reality is we people then still back the thief. And that thief they means the governments they take money way for don't spend for per education, per healthcare, for pay that liability the way we owe. We there today for address that issue there and forget this national conversation here. Now I make we been get an energy crisis there. But we tell God thank you that some of them they don't solve. And we they try to make changes now. We they work with the ministry and EDSA and EGTC and all man for play their own part. But we they ask una the famble them, may una self play una own part. So we will able to address the condition, the institution that we'll get. The minister will talk about why the ministry they go on the future. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mr. Chief Minister. Accountant they can say garbage in, garbage out. Meaning what they can inside and for come out. Lawyers say you can't give what you don't have. Minimum that called non-abet. So it means if you get something, you go able to give. But now the Chief Minister they say with the current infrastructure, no matter what you send, you not get the capacity for feed all of Freetown. So irrespective of what, we they expect say intermittent blackout go there around until we change the infrastructure. Other thing we very key, and we make the president add civic education to the Ministry of Information is for increase the knowledge on we own civic responsibility. In Sierra Leone, we feel say government ending at fault for everything. Somebody they sit down right in his presence. They do the thing we go disturb them. They know they do nothing. It's in our government property. When government property go down, that money we government for puts by other development projects, now you the waste. The same Sierra Leoneans where they work for private sector and do very well. Now the same Sierra Leoneans, they work for the public sector and just we say, I for treat government anyhow. And until we change, like what the Chief Minister they say, until we be the catalyst of change, the change what one seen as Sierra Leone, nobody is coming to change Sierra Leone. Nobody. God self-talk inside the Holy Quran say, they change a nation until the nation ready for change itself. As Sierra Leoneans, we've already look for how we want to see Sierra Leone and position we self forget that Sierra Leone. The minister don't tell we how the situation be done there. Not that we have not been doing anything. As we did, we better pass how we done there before. Challenges creep in. And they don't take some reforms. We will listen to the Deputy Minister of Energy and tell we how sustainable these reforms could be and what we expect from the Energy Ministry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Affairs. Honorable Chief Minister and Deputy Minister of Finance 1, and to Padiden at the Fourth Estate, I bring on our greetings from the Ministry of Energy. Good afternoon. Yes, today I'm glad for there, at least follow can talk the energy family. Because for most of you, we don't they support you over the years. I'm sure we know exactly what will be done they do, as summarized by the Honorable Chief Minister a short while ago. So based on how we don't tailor this particular press conference, I think say may just get for look at what we get for do forward, how they go forward. But notwithstanding, one thing the Chief Minister touch, we also may say go on for reecho, at the fact that we get for be good citizens in this country. Because if Sierra Leone get for go before, now by we collective effort and we actions them, now ain't go make we go before. So it touch on one thing, we may say go reecho, and that's not the losses within the EDSA network system. The losses really high. Where we believe say majority of them losses then they the reasons then that we outline with respect to all who say with the lost revenue. I'm not going to go over them again. But myself one for join them for appeal to we all that energy, light, an essential service government they provide for the people of this country. And that make you see say we will get that challenge with the light, that 10 days, that 1 week to 10 days. It was all over the news, come under serious attack. So which is why we self one follow na join we in this fight, particularly against illegal abstraction. And on that note, we as a ministry working closely with State House now, one of the key actions that now we would work on emphatically now for make sure that we quickly review the Electricity Act of 2011 as amended in 2017 and 18. I say this because we get offenses in the act, penalties in the act. But looking at the extent of which then crimes here now don't they exist, don't they rampant, I think say we need to take a very strong and bold action. So currently we do under review the atatat one. And very soon we will call on back to a press conference for inform owner. Because this time, what would they do? Would they go into what they say the granular details of them crimes then they? For example, like what you say, you bypass the meter, there is going to be a special punishment for that. You go, you do direct honking of the line, there is going to be a direct penalty for that. You go, you do some kind of, you alter maybe the current transformer into the meter, the city there is going to be penalty for that. So with the catalog all them various penalties and when they come to illegal abstraction, we will get specific punitive actions. We do under one day, at 1 hour, so they talk to you. Secondly, they talk about the revenue, where at least EDSA not they collect much as them for collect. And at that make now, we they work with two partners them as well, for make sure that we improve on what we call advanced metering infrastructure, the AMI. This now metering infrastructure where they record, especially for we high-end users, the one that they consume a lot of energy, then they record them in real time. So you can even do an office based on the platform we'll get now at EDSA, only you monitor in real time. So we start with them big customers them. Because EDSA customer base, you get almost 90% of the customers at EDSA when I like me you to domestic. And we all know say domestic, the amount they pay for BioLite is not enough. And which is why when they look at them big customers, the way they account for almost 40% of EDSA revenue, we do on that exercise day. Because then they will help for improve on the revenue for EDSA. As at yesterday, we don't write official letter to the Chief Minister for help we talk to finance so that most of them with sister colleague MDs we know they pay electricity bills on time so that they go to deduct them from source. And that letter they didn't have the Chief Minister in desk now for the attention of the Minister of Finance. We also get plans then now we will try for expedite. For we get large customers them. We at least go be connected to the grid. I mean, I can give you an example. When I remember say about 2 years ago, we've been go commission the Octia connection. Octia na Kono. Apparently, we give Octia about 6 to 8 megawatts within they use for the operations. And I can tell you now, the amount of money we Octia they pay, it almost double way to they get now like Bo and Kenema the revenue combined. So that now also is strategy for the EDSA go able to get much revenue when it comes to, connecting the large customers in there. So these are some of the steps that now we would look at and try to expedite them as quickly as possible. And yesterday also, we get a very productive meeting for look at EDSA's kind of operations. Because the elephant in the room here is about EDSA, which is why now we did deep dive into EDSA for look at how we go improve the processes and procedures to improve on their efficiency. So that is also ongoing because it's an ongoing process. Because we need to get EDSA right. The moment we get EDSA right, I can assure you say at least the light business go better in this country. Which will support. That is where people are not the thief light. So these are just some of the activities or the plans that we don't get so far in moving forward. And another thing also we come back on very quickly again, we get for inform una again and call una because we get for be partners in that. Now for do an extensive media coverage, particularly in propagating, the bad sides of stealing electricity. That is, we get for propagate the negative consequences then they nationwide. There is no two way to that. Because we all want the service, and the service is expensive, which brings us to the question of whose side would they get we power them from as it is. Primarily in Freetown during the dries, would they get a lot of power from car power ship. Car power ship, make I just give you a brief perspective of car power. When we come in 2018 as a government, yes, we meet car power now, but the outgone government by then, nobody don't finalize all the arrangements. So because the city was dark, and by the other sake, remember exactly, we've been for engage car power. So we've been get a 2-year emergency contract, which was between 2018 and 2020. Because we believe that within that 2 years, we could not develop medium-term project, we could succeed car power. But 2 of the projects and we will already develop, or we will try for development and the major financiers and then begin for pull out of the project. That is the World Bank. Then pull out from the expansion of Bumbuna 1 to Bumbuna 2 and also the Western Area Power Generation Project. So that began for create a whole lot of difficulty for we, particularly for Western Area. So fast forward, in 2020, we'll not be able to get an alternative to car power. Now that make we contract again car power for 5 years. And I can tell you now, for I remember exactly again, car power by then was asking for 10-year to 15-year contract. Now we say no. Because we cannot go there in an emergency situation for 10 years. That will tell you, say, you don't even get plan. But we already get the plans as to how we forget a sustainable and more reliable form of electricity. So we're going to car power contract in 2020 in July. And I can tell you now something, just like how the CA mentioned, the car power contract is mainly divided into 2 major components. One, we're going to call the capacity component. That is, that capacity, the generator, that is the IPP, they make available to you, the off-taker, at any time you want them. So if I want 50 megawatts, at any time I want 50 megawatts, the car power for able to make that 50 megawatt available to me. So that we call an capacity charge, and it is fixed. The second component in electricity tariff, especially when you buy from IPP, now the variable component, which is the fuel. And the fuel, as at 2020, when we signed this contract, I can tell you, car power was one of the deals where even the World Bank by then, because World Bank didn't get issue with car power. But then give it no objection for those sign that contract, because when you look at the capacity by then, and then the fuel cost, it was less than 12 US cents in 2020. But fast forward in 2021, 2022, when we get this Ukraine-Russia war, we will also see the fuel price go up. Now that make now car power tariff is about 21, 22 US cents. That's what they buy 1 kilowatt. So it is really expensive. And as government, we don't decide, say, this is not going to be a sustainable route. We will have to acknowledge, and at that make we try for push other projects now. Waiting at the project we get for can succeed car power. Now the Western Area Power Generation Project. I'm sure on ABC about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we also been glad we pull press release at the ministry for say, then developer there through the support of DFC, when a US government financing, don't get the money for can build over 100 megawatts of generation plant, where this not to HFO, this now, then they start with what we call liquefied petroleum gas. That is LPG, which is going to be cheap, and then they transition to LNG. So relatively, not to the most clean form of energy, but it is high up there. So they consider that as a renewable, but it's a much cleaner form of hydrocarbon. We will also help in the trade on energy. So that project, by the grace of God, we'll get for work with the office of the president very soon, we'll get a groundbreaking. And that groundbreaking can either be maybe at the end of this month or early next month. So I just want to know, say, that's now one of the transition projects we look forward to immediately. Secondly, also, we actively engage now with private partners and also good party them, follow we upgrade existing Bumbuna. We all know, say, during the rains, Bumbuna na degree more of the power na Freetown. But the way they be designed the infrastructure na Bumbuna currently get an existing infrastructure there, or an existing potential for we add 2 more generating turbines in addition to the 50 megawatt turbines that we'll get so now. So if we can just go in there now and put 2 more turbines, it will give you 100 megawatts. Where it means, say, you go safely now descend up to more than 80 megawatts to Freetown. We go clearly answer the restriction capacity where the Chief Minister mentioned with respect to the 75, 80 megawatts, where we network capacity in Freetown they take. But notwithstanding, on all the see, all the efforts then so far, where they go on. On the see from Kington now for go Wilberforce, from Kington for go Blackhall Road. We get a project now where they change the line we been they up na den tower then we call them reconducting. What they mean now that the current line where they take about 17, 18 megawatts to Wilberforce. And at the same also to Blackhall Road. But we'll change then cable landing now where they do so now, because this now new technology, we go safely now descend from Kington to Wilberforce between 28 to 30 megawatts. And that project there, by the grace of God, it go done by the end of June. So these are some of the actions and way, at least on the sea, they go on now in our communities. We also get the project Respite. That is this project, now project where in 2022, I could remember exactly, somewhere around February or March, His Excellency the President began to Washington. Based on the engagement we get with him, he been talk to the Vice President of World Bank. We will tell and say, we know say car power intervention not going to be sustainable, because then now the price of the cost of fuel be don't go up. So President be engaged, His Excellency the President be engaged, the World Bank, for say, how can we have a deployed solution which will also be relatively cheaper for people? So the bank graciously be accept for give this government about $75 million grant. And I can tell you now this, now we are the only country we initiate this particular project. Because the president bring this brilliant idea to the World Bank, 3 other countries can benefit from that particular intervention. Liberia is one, Togo is another one, and then Chad is the 3rd country. Fast forward, that project there, it deploy about 40 megawatts for we, na Salonia. 30 megawatts na Newton, we get the 6 megawatts currently, and then 10 megawatts na Lungi. And I can assure you again, say, the procurement process of that particular project there is almost there at the tail end. And according to the implementation timeline, we will deliver that project there in less than 1 year when the contract is signed. So all these are steps for we make sure that we get reduced cost of generation sources. And in that same vein, we also try for go to Turkey this weekend for we go engage Car Power, for we talk to them, because we're in a good party there now. Let we talk to them, for let them go see how they go also look at the capacity charge, what don't they pay for the last 5 years, which is about 5.8 cents, for bring and kandong small. Talk to them again. This take-or-pay clause where they in the PPA. This take-away, so take-or-pay, they negotiate all of that. So what I'm saying here is, these are some of the steps. And we also try for engage CI Energy, CLSG, because CLSG is also relatively cheaper than what we get from Car Power. Even though we owe them arrears, but we don't begin their conversation there. For we get more supply coming from Ivory Coast. So these are some of the activities that we primarily look at currently. And then you look at, presently we get this Planet Solar within Amakot, where they try for upgrade now to 20 megawatts, because at 10, where they get 7 megawatts where they come Freetown during the day. We also get the 5 megawatts within Bauma, Miamandu, where they be injected in the Bockarie network. Instead, we add 20 megawatts there. The discussion also ongoing. And we also look at the Big Congo solution. Instead, we don't get PPA ratified in the parliament, and we don't get all the detailed studies where we don't, we don't do all anything from the private sector. So I'm rounding up now for saying, these are some of the actions in our way we don't take in moving forward. Because one thing we also realize as a sector, we need to get a cheaper source of buying power. Because then this will help in the financial cash flow for EDSA. And then finally, the 6 megawatts, as I tell you, Newton, work presently, they go on at one. And inshallah, by the grace of God, in the next few days, we go begin for see power coming from that end to Kintom. So Fambulem, I just want for end, for Askuna say, this fight, now we all fight. Let we fight them collectively. Let we fight them collaboratively. Because I tell you now, where this blackout been there, now we all suffer. And not pick tribe, and not pick politics, and not pick race, and not pick region. We all suffer. Which is why we want for we become responsible citizens then for account for whatever service government they provide, let we pay for them. Thank you so much.
He left small, so mama be one clap. If I were to look at the questions we had already received, the minister, they go answer the leakage. They just go run through me questions. But it's good when they get this opportunity for talk to with people. One thing we're very key, now we attitude as Realians. All this effort we government they make, now for provide service for the citizens. If we not embrace them, if we not protect them, above. You see people that they set fire per transformer. Sierra Leoneans. Then they go put pole. You put fire panel. Sierra Leoneans. If you put fire per pole, if it's not the president, it affect. No. Now you don't know the poor person or the poor people then they disturb more. So now we all responsibility. All this talk with the deputy minister won, all these reforms, all these plans we didn't get, no go yield anything if me and you as Realians not stand up for protect government property. All this being said by the minister, all our plan he gets, the people where they make it happen, like the Minister of Finance. So we will go to Mrs. Kadiatu Allie for let's tell you the preparedness, what that we don't do and what they want to do for sustain or fund or waiting the deputy minister want. Don't explain to me. Because I want clap for her. Me just say I forget for time. I just follow the conversation.
So don't worry, me not go use too much time, okay? Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Chief Minister. Good afternoon, honorable ministers, and good afternoon, the press. So me not the numbers person, so I not go talk too much. I go just give a small view in terms of waiting who's will come out and who's will they go with the numbers. If we now look, number one notion is that the government has been paying. EDSA, they pay Kapawa every month. The problem, as the Chief Minister say, is that we they accrue more debt than we EDSA able for pay, right? These numbers, the way they give are not to forecast blame by any institution, any one person. Because this, we all day inside this year, so we blackouts come, all man suffer. Nobody not sleep, find the place warm, all of that. So we get for all and jointly try to resolve the situation. Like I said before, EDSA, they pay Kapawa every month about 50 million loans. None are the new loans, right? On average, though, especially in the dry months, I think, say, the Honorable Minister of Energy, Deputy 1, be allude to that small. On average, every month, the bill where they come out Kapawa alone for CAM, now about, an average good month, 5 million. So you see the gap where they bill every month, right? So over the months, finance also, as a government, been done to make payment. So not to this 17 million we'll pay in April, not to the only payment. As a matter of fact, if you look in the last 6-7 months, we don't pay over $36 million. These are dollars that they talk. $36 million. So the government been the work, we they make payment, right? The last payment we'll make on April 16, 17 million. Back in September 2023, we make another payment of 15 million. As recently as January, February, we made another payment of, we total about 4 million. So the government recognized the importance of light. And we in the ministry, we know say we're supposed to pay for light. However, like the light is expensive. So we they build these areas month by month where we they work for reduce on a given month. During the dries, a little better in terms of the gap. But for the rains, who's out there now? Now they would day. So we don't make payment, we don't assure Kapawa say, we need to get back now the negotiating table. So, like the minister said, this weekend, we go Turkey, we all go sit down, break apart the agreement, the contract we're there, and we go negotiate, full-blown negotiation. Not in order of the table. We go negotiate in terms of the fixed payment where we they pay. We they negotiate in terms of the take or pay. Now we go negotiate when it become take and pay, so that we not pay for electricity we will not use. But again, the current contract, we they look at them for negotiate so that we go reduce the cost of energy, so that we go get a sustainable service and reliable service to consumers and to all of we. We go include other third-party energy suppliers. We'll go approach also, because this problem, yeah, so we know they approach them haphazardly. We get to look at them in a holistic way, not in order of the table. Everything is up for negotiations. And the Kapawa people so far, we they work together as a team. Then willing for low go sidom, then CFC say the price of fuel, it don't grow exponentially since we signed the contract with them. So there is some understanding on their own part where they bring them to the table. We talk about taking responsibility as consumers them. Would are the thief lights, GR? Take this, be the patriot for this country. Where blackout day, everybody they suffer. Now we all pay with little small thing. Now we begin conserve too. Where you light, if light they do in the day, they use them, turn your light off so that it not go cost you too much. If you see your neighbor, they thief light, somebody they jump the meter, they breach them, do you allow sensitize with people so that we will come together and solve this problem? We in the ministry, we also they take additional steps them in terms of the other ministries them and government agencies them when not they pay their light bill. So we don't, Chief Minister don't give okay so that we in finance go deduct from the allocations them every individual ministries there so that automatically we go to pay the light bill just for proper ETSA, so to reduce this the gap, the areas, so that government burden go less and we'll get a reliable source of energy going forward. We don't see some benefits them, like Octare where the Honorable Minister Deputy one talk about, where directly then they go supply the lights to the grid. That one they don't help. We say they see some benefits now Ministry of Finance, because before they come ask for duty waivers of fuel and things like that. Where in essence now we they subsidize them, but now then they don't stop. So the more we get a solution in terms of reliable, sustainable power supply, the better off we will be. Again, these are the numbers we continue for pay, and we in our government, we go make all liabilities them in good faith. We don't make a goodwill payment initially, forget everybody at the table, and we will continue for do that. Thank you.
Wow. I think all explanations boils down to one thing. We they spend money per energy more than we they get. In economics, we get what we call disguised unemployment, where your income not able to take care of your daily activities, you are not employed. So as far as energy concerned, people that they burn energy, then they pay for. Imagine EDSA, car power, don't charge, say 10,000 if I pay. Waiting EDSA in collect, now 2,000. So the 8,000 don't left as debt. So all this suffer we they suffer with energy now because people they consume, they know they pay. So now we they consume, we know they pay. Now brothers and they consume, they know they pay. Let we improve. If you see somebody we bypass, if you're not able to tell her, tell me. Tell me no. People they take energy, do big business, and then they pay. Not so they have bulb. Some people they use with energy for make ice block and other things. Some I get 4 or 5 freezers and they pay nothing for her. Then are the same people that we like, no, then are the Allah per government. So much of the thing we don't get them from the horse's mouth. Now I have online questions. The question we already don't count online. If I don't read that, you don't ask her again. Then the question we already you don't answer, why you will talk. You know, I don't see any reason for let you attend to her because the person said we ask, we don't get an answer. So let me just go through some of the questions. Chief Minister. Okay, Deputy Minister of Energy. What specific actions are you taking, are being taken by the government to address the current energy crisis? We have spoken about that. What role do you see renewable energy playing in addressing the energy crisis in Sierra Leone? What measures are being taken to attract investment in the energy sector to help alleviate the energy crisis in the country? How do you plan to increase energy generation capacity in the country to meet growing demands? What steps are being taken to improve energy efficiency and reduce waste in the energy sector? Could you please provide an explanation for government decision to abandon state-owned EGTC and the 6 megawatt solar power in Freetown in favor of a more expensive car power ship? What's the Ministry of Energy what has the Ministry of Energy done in order to restore electricity in our country again? Why keep car power cheap as a temporary solution to a permanent problem? Deputy Minister of Finance, why not deposit payment from revenues collected through EDSA top up into car power cheap account rather than sending revenue to the consolidated revenue fund? Why can't we be paying car power in loans rather than in dollar? Chief Minister, how will the government address the issue of corruption and mismanagement in the energy sector that may be contributing to the crisis? Has the Bureau administration ever considered opening the energy sector to competition from the private sector for generation, distribution, and revenue collection? How would foreign investors and folks from the diaspora stay and invest in Sierra Leone if we are still discussing basic supply of electricity in the capital city? Deputy Minister of Energy, what specific actions are being taken by the government to address the current energy crisis? What role do you see renewable energy playing? I think these are repeated questions. Okay, new question. Minister of Energy, how sustainable are the thermal power plants in the provinces without heavy consumers with the government subsidies? I think these are online questions. Then the fourth set of offline questions. 5. Yeah. And so the readiness day. Okay. First, second. Third, the president. Fourth, fifth. First.
Mahmoud Silla is the name from the Nature newspaper. Mr. Minister, 3 of them touch on the area which I want to speak on. That is the area of the MDAs owing EDSA huge amount of money. I believe this is happening as a result of, the postpaid meters in some of the ministries, the department, and agencies. Because if you have prepaid meters, I don't think if the ministry, department, and agencies to owe EDSA. So that is my question.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is John. My question I get that it go to Honorable Chief Minister. To this light issue, how did the chief this light? What many and tries to done together? For tell we say this person if chief light, it go for 10 years jail, and so that chief they go able for reduce because now my own district when I carry in a district. We get plenty when they don't give light now. So they don't connect everything now for just for connecting and get light. And they don't give every house is solar and meter, everything they don't give when are free from the government. And now people they thief them kind cable and now as I talk to you. They thief the cable, so it means they not allow we get light now carrying. We self we born now carrying. So please, Mr. Chief Minister. When I tell President Bionet will give the lights now, not carrying it, even though they thief the lights. So please, sir.
Mohammed Kamara, the Wash Sankara newspaper. Deputy Minister, Chief Minister say, we they forget the good of the past and always blame the present. You say we forget the EDSA issue, but we cannot do that without not getting to the past. Now the investigations. before the austerity, sir, before we run into austerity, my investigation should say the former government of the Republic of Sweden owe West African Pool, Bumbuna, EGCT, and Kapua Ship a total amount of $36 million we are going to give in present. How? How much it been taken now for pay this money before we would have begin a fresh supply and run to the present? Now that we have to get blames them. Thank you. Before I ever became clear about when we get light. How much does it take you for, excuse me, sir? Are you getting me? How much does it take you? How much does it take you for paying that 10 days before when I begin fresh in 2022? This is what I'm asking before the blame game.
Okay, my name is Suleiman Jallo, and I report for Export Times newspaper magazine. Chief Minister, you talk say we citizens will thief light, we report to self. But you acknowledge say ministries, department agency the thief light. And a minute talk and say charity begins at home. As a government, we understand say most of the ministry don't get prepaid meters. As a chief minister, why allow you minister in the thief light and they tell we see now they will report to self? What you know they put in place or going forward, what will be the action against the ministries with thief light? Because if then the thief light, what about we the citizens?
Please, Chief Minister no say ministries that they pay like that they thief for. Our minister consider he say the thief life.
Hello.
Audience, please, now listen.
Victor, during freelancer. Hello. Victor, during freelancer. I get a question for us. This question would be for Dr. Sengeh and Mrs. Allie. This question would be for Dr. Sengeh and Mrs. Allie. In your speech, you say that Sierra Leone no get couple like Germany. Let me ask the first question. Who say Germany pull couple? Germany, all the resources where Germany gets and all the way they import as raw materials, they use for produce end products. Question, waiting to saloon today. Not the cut diamond, not the polished diamond, not the produce ornaments from the diamond where we get. That's for the ministry of Dr. Mrs. Allie. Waiting to take today. With the talk so we po. Who's kind talk this? Waiting to take today. Waiting to take today. The timber from Sierra Leone, we not the season them, we not the calibrate them, then we send them as end products to Europe. We're going to make it costs 9 times more. Waiting to take today. The hydroelectric power station, the way we get, we not they use cheap electricity for melt steel from iron ore. Aluminium from bauxite, and titanium from rutile, and so much more. We just cry no more. All the resources of Sierra Leone, all the end products, waiting Ministry of Finance and all other ministries than they do now salon today.
Thank you very much.
Another need.
Now one question, sir. Now one.
Another need.
Hey. Now one.
You go to answer the question and day. Now una talk today. Una no want. No mago. Una no want for make clear person thief Una no want for make clear people thief electricity. But electricity in Sierra Leone much more expensive than electricity in the United States, where the average salary in the United States 4-5 times higher than the salary in Sierra Leone. So waiting, you can't solve that problem there. Next, for the past, I can talk for myself. For the past 35 years, 1 square centimeter of solar panel Hello? Wait,
The mic. Hello?
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 For the past 35 years, square centimeter of solar panel of electricity produced by solar panels become cheaper 35 times. Question, the energy sector, in Sierra Leone, the Ministry of Energy, whose policy we don't implement for make whose policy we don't implement for make the average Sierra Leonean feel say I can now use solar energy for produce electricity in a house. And in such a situation, if 90% of Sierra Leoneans they produce their domestic electricity from solar energy, nobody not go to thief from nothing from Enza. Yes. Wait first. World Bank.
Say the mic, come on. Now, before talk say ministry then they will not pay life. For another talk say most, another talk say the maximum, another use them what they will not be informed by evidence. The amount of debts we government owe from the about $20 billion. Government don't pay
One, two, one, two.
Because as we say, even if you be thinker at source, million for that point subsidy. Even if you say that let's change back. Government still not subsidize